So guys, today we're joined by Ben. Thank you very much for bringing your poster car down for me to drive today. We're in a 1991 NSX, which I'm ridiculously excited to do this right now. So
well, I hope you enjoy it, mate.
Oh mate, I'm so ready. So how long have you owned this NSX?
So I've had the car now about a year, just over a year.
And obviously you bought this completely stock. You went out there and wanted to buy your dream car. That was the idea. A lot of people may know you from other builds such as an airbagged DC5 and obviously the very famous Civic Type R as well, the EK9.
Thanks very much, mate.
So you've got a long line of Honda related cool cars, which is quite nice.
I've got a passion for Hondas. I love Hondas. I love the brand as a general. But yeah, it was my dream. It was my dream to buy an NSX, and I was in a financial position to go sort of a year ago to buy one, and my God, it was worth it.
Yeah,
you know?
Oh my God, yeah. So the reality is, these are an appreciating supercar. They are, in my opinion. This is a supercar. This was Honda's answer to Lamborghini and Ferrari, and so it has the 3 litre from the factory.
So 3 litre V6. It's a 3 litre V6. I think it was 0 to 60 in like 5.5 seconds.
So that's for 20 years ago.
20 years old for a car that's 276 brake horsepower out the factory. That was a big thing back then, and like I said to you earlier, I would have loved to have been driving the car 20 years ago, because it must have felt like a baller.
It would have been so supercar. It would have been that, you know, that itch. But my biggest thing about, first of all, getting in this car, comfort level, is out of this world. The seats are so supple and like comfy and nice. The suspension, although you're on coilovers, it's still very nice to be in this car. It's not, throwing you around at all. It's not uncomfortable, is it? It's not uncomfortable at all.
It's a nice place to be. And like I mentioned before, I travel around Europe for shows, etc.
So it was a no-brainer to get a comfy version of your dream car.
I agree.
But I bet you were so glad to get in this and find out it was comfy.
Exactly that. And that was that when I first initially bought the car. I thought it looks nice. I know it looks nice. It's been my dream for a long time. But is it going to feel right when I'm sat inside it? And I sat inside it, and like I say, I can't put it in any other words. My dream come true, mate. And that was it then.
So the party piece to this car, let's just touch on that, the wheels. So what are they? Go on. 24 karat gold wheels, people. 24 karat gold wheels. And I'm driving it and I am so scared right now, it's unreal.
Just be careful.
But be careful, just be careful. So what are the wheels though? What are the wheels?
They're a sort of a very rare, sort of iconic Japanese wheel from back in the day. They're known as a Mugen MF10 wheel, which was, like I say, a very sort of renowned wheel back in its day. So what I've done is I went to a company called Wheel Flip, and they actually stepped it up, but still kept it a one-piece wheel. Now, when you say that to people, they think one-piece wheel.
How have you done that? How is that a thing?
The only place that can do it is the States, and this company, like I said, mentioned before, Wheel Flip. So I went down that road, got them done. I had to buy 2 sets of wheels originally, which was
is like
ludicrous.
It's
being an expensive wheel as it is, like I mentioned before, quite a sort of a rare wheel. So I had to buy 2 sets. I bought a set of 16s, a set of 17s. I flipped the 16s to 17s and the 17s to 18s, welded the lips on, kept them a one-piece wheel, and got them.
My God!
24 karat gold plated, and that was it.
Because why wouldn't you cut up some really nice, rare wheels and then dip them in 24 karat gold? I mean, why wouldn't you?
Well, it's a bit of a crazy thing to do.
It's crazy, but it sets the car off to another level.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And obviously, with the wheels being as they are, you've got the carbon arches as well. Who makes the carbon arches?
So the carbon. So this was a company that primarily made carbon parts in the States, which is a company called Pride Exhaust. You're probably thinking Pride Exhaust, but that's exhaust.
That's an exhaust.
But they also do very nice high-end exhaust systems, and like I mentioned, the carbon. So they do various different parts. Pride themselves. Go over to the website if you do own an NSX, guys. Check over there
and have a look, because the quality and how good this looks on this car, it just sets it apart. Do you know what I mean? You can see the quality, you can see the depth of carbon and all that sort of business.
Exactly that. It's not cheap, but you get what you pay for with anything. But
like I'm going back to the start. These cars are appreciating. You wouldn't cheap out. You would not cheap out on this car, would you?
No.
So you would just go for it like you have. And
like you say, if you're going to do it properly. And so you're not sort of going, I wish I just bought them other wings. Yes, you can get cheaper options, but then, as you know, down the line, being a car enthusiast, you think, I should have got these.
That's it. So you went the right way to start with, and it's been sort of a labour of love for you. You've wanted these parts, so you've waited for them.
Yeah,
you've kept the car,
it's not easy.
You know.
I haven't got all the money in the world. I save, and then throw a bit of money at my car, mate, and then save and throw a bit more money at my car. You know, I've never owned a car so long with not modifying it excessively. As I have with previous cars I've owned, EK9, DC5, etc., etc. They've been done pretty quickly. But just to put into sort of how would you put that across? You know, like the wings and stuff. You know, if I can buy an EK9 wing from Honda for £150, you know,
this is
£1,700.
Yeah,
so it's a different ball game.
Huge difference.
Which obviously, from a financial point of view, it takes me 3 times as long now to save for anything. But I will, and I'll do that. And if it means it being 2-3 years, then I will. That's not a problem at all.
So the car itself, 1991. Power from the factory, 200 and...
So 276 it was. They say 276 on paper. I'm yet to get the car dynoed.
Right.
To me, it scares me. You know, I've come out of cars. I haven't come from a fast background. I've come from a very sort of stancy background. So I've never really been able to appreciate speed. So when I got in this, it was like getting out of the Saxo and getting in the Ferrari.
And you're like, what is going on? Now we've already had a little blast in this, and I couldn't believe like the difference of this having a Honda badge and being VTEC, but it isn't that, is it?
No.
It acts and it performs in a completely different way. Because of the setup. The car's completely different.
So like you said, it's a mid-engine car.
I've got to admit, the ratio of the gearbox is so tight. As standard. Like second and then into third, it's there. Close to each other. But you can tell precision, and you know, it's there from the factory car. It's so tight and together and purpose built.
I totally agree. That is one of my favourite parts of the car, and one thing that I don't think I'll be changing in a hurry either, unless I obviously upgrade power, etc.
What realistically do you actually want to do more to this car? Because in my opinion, it's just next level as is. But I know you are not satisfied, are you? You want to go somewhere else with this.
So I've got a lot in my head. I can see, I know what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to do, how I want to do it, the colour I want to go with the car eventually down the line. And obviously power is a big factor. Now, you can put a supercharger on these engines. Yes, it's very expensive, but you know, if you can get 400 horsepower out of a car like this, mid-engine,
at this power, it's quick. Do you know what I mean? Let alone like 100 and something brake more. It'd be insane to drive.
And then when you're driving down the road in a car, like you say, it's quick as it is, but then you wrap a supercharger to it, then it goes from scary to bloody terrifying.
That's it. It's lovely that you can blip the throttle quite a lot as well.
It's lovely to do that.
So easy to blip, isn't it?
And it's such an easy car to drive as well. I don't know if you agree.
Unbelievably easy. The pedal feel, the brakes, just everything just feels like it needs to be used but in a comfy way. It's so nice though, like as a whole package, but you just want to give it some stuff. Do you know what I mean? You want to give it some at the same time.
You see some VTEC later.
Too bloody right,